Hey guys, I just wanted to make a video just to share some of my thoughts about what's been going on. A lot's been changing really quickly in the industry, and it's a really exciting time. So just wanted to share. If you want to, join in the conversation and like DM me, we can chat more about this. I'm personally really excited about what the next 6 to 12 months is going to look like. We're going to see people being super creative. And yes, it's going to be difficult and it's going to be tough at times, but I do think the industry will come out of this in a much better place. And a lot of the DJs and producers are going to come out of this way more skilled and hopefully have some really cool work to show for it. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about was live streaming. As you can tell by your Facebook feeds, Instagram feeds, that a lot of people are doing live streaming at the moment. And it truly is an amazing technology. Like, it's connecting DJs to their fans and their listeners all over the world. Like, this last week, I've watched live streams in, I think 6 or 7 different countries. And it's an amazing experience to see that and to even get like an intimate look into like some DJs' lives, because some DJs have been doing it in their households, and it's just, I don't know, it's just cool to see them DJing in a different environment compared to a club. I took some time last week to, just observe the live streams, and not so much like watching people mix, but I just wanted to see what the difference was between this live stream and that live stream. And to be honest, they were all really similar, visually anyway. And I think that's like really exciting, because suddenly a big superstar touring DJ actually looks the same as someone that's local just DJing in their bedroom. So I do see there's like tons of opportunity in that space. But something I noticed was I personally didn't watch a live stream, no matter who it was, from the start to the finish. And I think the main thing with that is just I was being distracted by other things like popping up, and I might have had to like go and do something else. So to keep people engaged during a live stream, I find it's like really difficult. The second thing that I noticed was that you could have hundreds of thousands of followers, but a small percentage of those followers are going to be available during that live stream. So it's just difficult if you want to, and we have these expectations. We're going to do a live stream, everyone's going to come and watch because everyone's going to be online. But the reality is, like, if Peggy Goo does a live stream, I don't know how many followers she's got, but she did a live stream, and I think she had about 400 people on roughly at the time I was watching. And like, that's a small percentage of her following. So if I were to do something like that, I'd probably only have like 3 or 4 people if we went with that same percentage. And, you think about it and you're like, is it really worth it? Is it worth spending an hour on this for 4 people? And for some people, that's a yes. Like, they were going to mix anyway. Why not let some people watch? But for me, like personally, this is one of the main reasons why I've chosen not to do a live stream yet, because I think that there's way more advantage in doing a mix, like a planned or an audio set that's like structured and has a bit of like story to it, and I don't know, something that's like longer lasting. Whenever I make content, I'm constantly thinking like, I don't want people to just scroll past this and never see it again. Like, I want to make things that are long lasting. It's called evergreen content. And that's something, it's like, if I'm going to spend 2 hours, on this mix, for instance, I want to make sure that I can get little cuts of content and pieces and talking points, so it's actually kind of works out worth it. If I spend 2 hours on it and, post a few statuses, tell people to click the link, and only like a small percentage of people do it, it's disheartening. So, I just I make a mix now with the intention, is this mix good enough to cut up into, 20 little snippets that are going to like entice people to come and watch or listen to the full thing. And the last thing I'm going to say about live streaming is that at the moment it's getting a little bit flooded. Like already we're like week 2 in and the market is saturated. Like you are literally competing with everyone in the world at this stage. So it becomes really difficult to hold people's attention and to like convince them to watch your live stream. I think like you have a really good chance of getting people if you're going to be consistent and you're going to do it at the same time, same day of the week, every week. I think once a market gets flooded in any industry, my first thought is to like move in the other direction, because I don't want to compete against those people. You know, I have limited money, I have limited resources, I don't have a team, so automatically I'm at a disadvantage if I'm going to compete. I actually read a book a few years ago. It's called, I think it's called The Blue Ocean Strategy, and I highly recommend the book. It talks about basically finding like little industries and creating new industries within your larger industry. So you're not really competing with your competitors, you're kind of just branching out and doing your own thing. So you suddenly don't have much competition. And at the moment, live streaming is like a bloodbath. You know, there's so many people doing it. It's really hard to stand out. It's really hard to get people to watch from the start to the end, because if there's like a big agency doing a live stream on the same night, they've probably got like a whole crew doing the lighting, multiple cameras, good audio, like, you know what I mean? Like it's really difficult when you're a local bedroom DJ trying to compete with that. So for me, like I got to think of something else, because I'm just going to exhaust myself if I go down that avenue. And like speaking about like content, something that I've been doing and I've been really aware of recently is just asking myself like, why am I making this content? So, or why am I doing this task? That's a probably better question. You know, why am I going to spend the next 2 hours producing? Why am I going to spend the next 3 hours digging for music? Why am I going to spend the next 2 hours doing a recorded set? Whatever the case is, it's important we know why we're doing it, because at the moment, our time, our money, and our energy, our resources, they're all fairly limited, and we don't want to be wasting them. We want to be making sure that the activities that we're doing now are actually going to benefit us, and they're like known to work activities. Trying new things in this time, definitely you should do that, but it comes with a risk. Now is a time where we kind of need to dig into the things that we know work. And for me, like I've never done live streaming before. So for me to just jump into that, there's a lot of like learning curves and things. I'm not sure if I want to spend time on that right now. And the reason like I'm saying to like think about why we're doing the activity is because you could work super hard. You could be the hardest working DJ out there and literally do a live stream every single night of the week. And then when we come out on the other side of this, you could come out completely burnt out and exhausted. And that's not what you want. Like, we want to spend this time in a useful way, in a healthy way, so that when this is all over, we come out as better DJs, you know, more skilled, hopefully more of a following and more passionate to get out there and actually perform again. We don't want to be like so drained and exhausted and broke. And so what my theory is we need to be spending the time on things that actually give us a lot of joy, and then spending time also on things that are going to put a little bit of money in the bank so we can continue doing this when all of this blows over. And something you'll notice is during this time, some people will go completely silent. And like, that doesn't mean they're not working. How you choose to spend this time is completely up to you. And like, don't just take those words with a grain of salt. It is up to you how you want to spend the time. Don't go on Instagram, Facebook, and scroll through and, you know, see what everyone else is doing and how they're spending their time, because they could have completely different goals and ideas to, you know, where they want to take their DJing compared to you. So to compare yourself to them it's not fair, you know? Like, I have big goals and dreams, but I know that this is going to be a really tough period of time. So if I can stay somewhat financially stable, then my goal with the DJing is to just continue doing things that make me happy and bring me joy. And when I do really feel focused and in the zone, that's when I can try and upskill and like go and dig into producing or try and learn something new with DJing. And I bought a course on like how to do like cool transitions. So like that's something I would do when I'm really in the mood for it. It's not something I'm going to just, you know, commit to every single day because I'll be exhausted and drained by the end of it. So no one knows how long this is going to last. No one knows how long we're not going to have gigs for. So I'm just kind of taking it as, you know, week by week. If this is going to make me happy right now, I'm going to do it. Thank you for watching, and message me. I want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on live streaming compared to just doing, you know, the standard mix? Have you live streamed? What's some of the benefits? What's, you know, the challenges you've faced? Are you going to do it again? And something I'd really, really, really like to know that I don't think anyone is talking about at the moment is like, how are we planning on making money now? Because something I noticed in the live streams was no one had links for payment. No one had like a PayPal option, a buy my t-shirt option to support, my donate here button, nothing. It was all completely free. And although that's an extremely nice thing to do, there's going to come to a point where we need to start asking people for money. And I don't mean asking people for money and not doing anything, but, you know, giving a service or doing something and getting money back. And yeah, I'm just interested to hear like what everyone's thoughts are on it, because no one seems to be wanting to be that first person that does it. But in my opinion, like, this is the time to do it. You know, DJs and producers should put something in their SoundCloud bios just as an option if people want to contribute some money to them. Make it easy. Like, there's been a lot of times where I'll go on a DJ or producer's SoundCloud and I like download maybe like 15 free downloads, and like in that case I actually want to pay that person something. But if you don't give me an option and it's not there, I'm not gonna like DM you and be like, hey man, like what's your bank details? So I think like, I don't know, maybe we should just open up the conversation and see where it goes. And if anyone gets in touch, maybe I'll make another video on it. But yeah, I'm really keen to hear about how we're going to start introducing getting people to pay for things now, because, you know, DJs do a lot of things for free, but we need to get paid. So yeah, hope you're enjoying your day or your night, wherever you're watching this. Take care of yourself, stay safe, wash your hands, drink your water, and I'll see you soon.